Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anthony Galavis. It's August 24th, 2025. Hours removed from Pete Carroll speaking to the media through Zoom about the Raiders. Didn't talk about the preseason game against the Arizona Cardinals because there was nothing at stake other than players trying to make the initial 53-man roster that the Raiders are trying to figure out now. They got until Tuesday to meet that deadline. Them and the rest of the NFL teams to dwindle their roster down to 53. And that's why you always call it the initial 53-man roster because the roster is always juggling. It's never set. There's different players coming and going. So at this point this week, up to Tuesday, the Raiders are going to be looking to see what other teams are, who they're releasing, who they can pick up and fit their scheme and be a good asset to the roster. So one of the positions that the Raiders are going to be looking at right now is the backup quarterback position, where Aidan O'Connell is out up to 8 weeks because of a fractured wrist suffered against the Arizona Cardinals on Saturday night. The Raiders are in the market for a backup quarterback. They feel that Ken Miller is not ready, and it's evident because he played a lot of snaps last night and just wasn't, just not a guy that you can count on immediately. God forbid, Geno Smith is getting injured during the game, so the Raiders are going to be looking for a quarterback who has experience and who's going to be that quarterback that the Raiders are looking for. We'll see when as teams release quarterbacks from the roster to get down to 53. One of the names out there that fans are speculating already is Tyler Huntley, and that's somebody who are connecting the dots to the Raiders. But we'll see. We'll see what happens because I think there'll be more quarterbacks that could be a good match for the Raiders. But Huntley certainly would be somebody who the Raiders could bring in and, sign to the initial 53-man roster. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunate injury for Aidan O'Connell, although he's been struggling during preseason games. So tough injury to have, especially when you're trying to battle for the backup spot. I really don't know if Aidan O'Connell would have been with the Raiders, to be honest, because we don't know if the Raiders were in discussion of trading away Aidan O'Connell for another quarterback. There's a lot of moving parts, and so it's a tough decision for the general manager and head coach to make, who they're looking for to be somebody that would fit, their plan, scheme, or whatever you want to call it. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Raiders are in a win down mode. So they're going to need to bring in somebody with experience back. But again, that's if Geno Smith gets hurt, and none of you are going to want that, because sky's the limit for the Raiders. Who they have on offense? Running back Ashton Jute, wide receiver Jacoby Myers, Dante Thornton, tight ends Pro Bowl star tight end Brock Bowers. Then you also have Michael Mayer. And so there's a lot of talented offensive players for the Raiders, and so something to look forward to as far as like who's gonna be the backup quarterback, who they're gonna sign. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and then today Pete Carroll talked about JPJ winning the job at right guard over Alex Kappa. Pete Carroll felt that JPJ is far ahead, so he'll be the starter, right guard starter for the Raiders going into the season opener at the New England Patriots. So we'll see what happens there. I saw speaking of the Patriots, I see the Patriots are shopping Kyle Duggar. So I don't think the Raiders will try to snag him. Star safety for the Patriots. I'm checking right now real quick. I saw that report by somebody. Um, Ian Rappaport is saying that the Patriots are shopping safety Cal Duggar. Be shocked if the Raiders try to acquire Duggar, especially when they play against each other the first in week one in Foxborough. So, trying to think what else. I want to keep this short today. I want to talk long. Uh, Peace Carroll press conference. Trying to think what else that stood out. It was basically mostly about the quarterback situation. Backup. They did Jackson Power Johnson. I think that's about it. Somebody asked about Greedy Vance. I think Greedy will get cut, but will sign with the Raiders on the practice squad. So anyways, I'm gonna keep it short. Like I said, 6 minutes already into this. Um, you know, tough luck for Aidan O'Connell to get injured last night. But we'll see what happens. But the Raiders need to have a good backup plan because the Raiders have been a bit, the Raiders could be in a position where they were in that one year where Jason Campbell was really having a Pro Bowl year. I felt until he got injured with a broken collarbone. And the Raiders felt like they were desperate, where they ended up signing Carson Palmer, and that just fell flat on their face. And we all know what happened. They got shellacked by the Kansas City Chiefs in Oakland. I was there for that game. The stadium was really quiet. So, but they need to find really good backup quarterback, um, just in case something were to happen. So, all right, well that's all I have. Keep it at 7 minutes. My name is Anthony Galavise. Hit the like, subscribe button. Talk soon.